Another episode of Pats on Deck is here. I'm Kyle Parmley, joined by Northwest Shoals softball coach Angel Brown. Coach Brown, right before we started recording here, the sun came out. So we're hoping that's a
Yes.
really good game day omen for you guys.
Yes, it would be nice to play in less than murky weather for sure.
Yeah, it's been in Alabama this week. It's been a very rain-filled week so far. So we're hoping to get away from that here the next couple of days. But you guys, the Patriots, are hosting number 19 Vol State today. So that's got to be a pretty exciting challenge for you guys.
Yeah, we actually opened up with them. They were our first game of the year. We played them, we lost by one. So today will be a good way to check in to kind of see what kind of progressions we've made.
So this is, I guess, technically your bye weekend from conference play. But is
Yes.
there anything any different, or do you just kind of have this game on the schedule today and go business as usual?
Well, the goal was when we were making the schedule was to make sure that we had, some good competition during the week that we were off. I didn't want to take the whole week and just kind of sit around and just practice because I think game reps are huge toward the end of the year. And then we had Chat State that actually agreed to come play us this week, and they ran into some rain issues. So we had to move the games, and then we moved the games, and then we got rained out here. So it's just been kind of crazy. It's springtime, so that's the way it works. But we wanted to play tough competition, so we were ready for the end going into conference.
Awesome. Well, let's go back to last weekend for a moment. You guys were able to celebrate Sophomore Day with your group. Just what's it been like having that group for the last 2 years?
This sophomore group is very, very special, and I think every year I've said that, but this group is there's just something different about them. They've been a joy to coach. They've bought in. They've been upfront leaders from the minute they got here, and they still continue to lead. And I expect when they go out in the world, they're going to be, world dominance changers. All kind of crazy stuff. But uh, this group is very, very special. They bought into the ring the bell theory. They bought into the train theory. They've just been open and receptive to anything that we've thrown at them. When we celebrated them the other day, collectively up through 4 semesters, the 10 of them had a nine. Oh, they had a 3.8 GPA, and they had 466 community service hours. So not only have they been here and played softball and represented the school that way, they've also dove in and gave back to their community. So they've been awesome.
And y'all were able to give a little ode to the Shelton sophomores as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about them not having a field. They're still going through some field renovations and maintenance things. But we did it just because we do enjoy playing Shelton State, and there's a lot of our girls that know their girls, and there's a lot of girls on that team that I tried to recruit as well. So we've got good relationships with them, and that's the cool thing about recruiting is you get to build relationships with the kids and their parents, and when you play them, for me, it doesn't change. We might not be the best fit for them, but I'm glad they found a fit, and I've been excited to watch them grow. They're in the grind with us, so it was a great to be able to kind of celebrate them for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, another fun thing that happened a few days ago, some of the incoming freshmen were on campus. So, did your softball
Yeah.
girls kind of scare some of them off, or what?
Well, so dual enrollment for us is really, really big for our local high schools. So we had dual enrollment day. It's called dual 2 degree, and those are the freshmen that'll be here in the fall. So they always ask us to kind of get involved. One, because we're a pretty enjoyable bunch for the most part, but the girls get to kind of interact with people who aren't in athletics, and I think that kind of helps. So they were able to kind of take pictures with them. They had a photo booth set up. They helped give tours around campus. They served them food. So once again, doing that service to our community for sure. And it doesn't always have to be something on a grand scale, but just something as simple as, hey, like welcome to town. This is our campus. Welcome to the family. You're a Patriot now, and you know, putting a piece of pizza on a paper plate for them. I mean, that's serving, and that's what we want to represent as a program.
And then lastly, big congratulations to one of your assistants, Courtney McGraw, on graduating from the Law Enforcement Academy on Wednesday. I mean, if she could make it through your program, that must have been a breeze, right?
I don't think there's a comparison enough to talk about her going through the academy for sure. Um, she faced a lot of adversity. You know, she kind of ended her sophomore year on a bad note. She tore her ACL, didn't get to finish the way she wanted to. For her to come back from that and then, go through the 14 weeks and, talking to her about it, all the grueling things that they do. And it just, for me, has kind of given me a new respect for police officers in general. Like, they're very well trained and they're very well prepared, but to actually listen to somebody who's going through the process was actually kind of cool. So I have a new open mind toward law enforcement, um, and what they have to go through on a daily basis, just from listening to her experiences when she comes back and talks to the girls. But being able to be there for that big day for her was pretty huge. Um, I've known Courtney since she was 14. And for her to come through the program, get to play here, and then come back and want to volunteer her time to be here as well, has been really, really special. So we're excited for her and glad that she got to make it through all 14 weeks.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Well, big couple weeks to wrap up the regular season for you guys. Good luck, and we'll check in again next week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Let's take a few moments and talk to a couple players. We've got Candace Chambers and Marley Hood with us today. Ladies, good to see you again. Kind of take me back to last weekend. Y'all did sophomore day, and I know that's got to be really cool to kind of honor the girls that are a year ahead of y'all and that have meant so much to welcoming you into the program and to lead this team the way that they have. So just kind of tell me a little bit about the day and what it was like for y'all to experience that with them.
So the night before we decorated the locker room. And oh, Candace's artsy we figured out. She helped Kate and they made canvases for everybody. And then they got to see it that morning. It was and we had notebooks and we all wrote them a note individually. They all had individual notebooks and they boo-hooed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was an emotional day for not just them, us too.
Yep. How about you, Candace?
I thought it went really well. It was kind of sad a little bit because it kind of reminds you that your time is short here, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Well, Candace, one of the reasons we're talking to you today is because you had such a good week last week. You led the team with a 500 average. Did you have a good feeling going into last weekend series against Shelton, or did it just kind of all work out for you?
Every game I try to go in with the same mindset, but you know, I think sometimes I'm on and off, but I think that game I was really on, and I kept my mindset the same the whole game, and I was just focused a lot, and I think that's what helped me um do pretty well that game.
All right, Marley. So tell me a little bit about y'all got to kind of turn it around. You had some, potential incoming students on campus not too long ago, and I'm guessing you tried to make it a good time for them.
Oh, I did. It was so fun. They were so excited to just, I don't know, just talk to us, I guess. And I love to talk, so
You do love to
it was
talk. We
fun.
can all attest to that.
It was, and we got to talk about Northwest Shoals, so and it's so easy to talk about, so it was a good time.
Do you remember like your incoming freshman day? Like, do you remember that at all?
Oh yeah, I remember. We met in the admissions office. All the freshmen did, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I little did I know them they would become my best friends. But I was so nervous going in there, and I don't really get nervous, and they intimidated me a lot. So
Especially Matt.
yeah, I was like, "Dang, I'm the shortest one here."
Yeah, but the biggest personality, Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're recording this on a game day. So both of y'all tell me like what kind of things are a must for you on game day. Is there a certain thing you have to do, certain thing you do a certain way? What's the game day routine?
You can start it.
Um, I always do my hair and makeup before pregame hitting. I always do that, and I don't know. I just walk in, I guess.
What do you do, Marley?
Oh, mine's a little different. Obviously, I don't brush my hair before the game. Before we get here, I have a little longer drive than Candace, so I have to get up a little earlier. So we get here and hit. I mean, what, 3 hours? 3 or 4.
Something like that.
We have,
Take a look.
yeah, we take
Yeah.
a lunch break. We hit and then we go eat, and then we get back, put our jerseys on, get our hair braided, and then that's about it. Get some, and we usually eat Chick-fil-A too. So and then almost every day I still have my this is so weird, but I still have my papa's voicemail that he left me in my phone, and I watch it before every game or listen to it. So that's a little tradition I do.
I love that. That's so good. All right, well, ladies, good luck today. Go do great things, and we'll catch up soon.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, it's game day, so we're gonna catch up with a few more Pats. Carly Wallace, Laura Finley, and Bethany Mink are joining us today. Bethany, have you brushed up on your multiplication tables lately?
Yes, this morning actually.
I hear you have a very good grade in math right now.
I do have 102.
A plus. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Never.
All right, so the three of y'all last weekend, you got to be celebrated, sophomore day type of stuff. Um, I guess does y'all tell me a little bit about that? What did it feel like to be celebrated by your teammates in the program, and just kind of what it's meant to be a part of this program for the last couple of years?
It felt surreal, feeling like you were a high school senior again, getting celebrated. It all went so fast. Our freshmen did a great job. I don't like to shed tears, and they made me cry before the game even started with their sweet little notebooks. It was amazing.
It's just crazy. I mean, that we're about to graduate, but I think the freshmen did a really good job. Like it means so much knowing that they care that much to make us feel great before we play. Yeah, the whole freshman class as a whole did great. But Emmy was my personal person that gave me a gift, and everything in there was perfect. She even got me a little framed glass thing that she had made herself of me and my dog Maggie, and it said Maggie and me, and now it's hanging up in my room, and I loved it so much. So thank you, freshman.
Yeah, that's really sweet. So y'all learned a little bit last year about, you went through this stretch where you get to the end of the season and then conference tournaments are a really big deal and all the pressure that comes with that. So, what did y'all learn about that time period and what it takes to finish strong in a season?
For me, it takes a lot of grit because you're tired, you have finals, and everything just feels like it's piling on top of you. And you just got to learn to balance it. Still have fun, but get what you need to get done and just stay focused.
Especially stay focused. Priorities. You have to prioritize your time between softball and the work, even though it's all right there at the same time. So you just have to make sure you're giving both. I
Yeah.
think it's hard to stay focused towards the end, especially with finals. So it's just important to study, but also do your softball. You can't just focus on one or the other. You got to focus on both.
Yep. All right. Well, it is game day on campus, so you are getting ready to play here shortly. So, what are the musts on a game day? A couple hours before the game. What are those things you have to do? Otherwise, it's just not going to work out.
Breakfast. And drink water.
Yeah.
Something I need to do. Get a game day hair too. Game day hair. Look good, play good.
Look good, play good.
Can't think of it.
Superstition.
Yeah.
Me and Braden have to hit together before every game. If we don't, it's already messed up. We're already scared. We're already playing nervous because we've already messed up.
I guess I am one of the first people to hit front toss every game day. Got to be one of the first.
Carly, don't you hit by yourself? Don't you feed yourself? Or you used to do that? I used to. I don't do that anymore. We changed it up. Yeah.
Okay, we push Carly out of her comfort zone a little bit. Laura just kind of rolls up, and whatever happens, happens. She's just all good with it.
Yep.
All right. Well, any final words of encouragement before y'all go play today? I'd be telling
I
you to
don't.
duck and then be
We'll
like
probably
halfway
see
in
it
center field.
coming. Yeah. That was not about to go over.